Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. Taking about a day's break, slept since last recording. Seems like everything is good because I didn't alt-tab on anything. So, what we have... I don't even know if that's a... Oh yeah, that's a lever. What we have is we have the main warm water quest and the Washburn refinery quest. So if I just transform to the Washburn refinery, we can pretty much be right next to, I think, a vending machine, which we're full on guns, so selling all of that makes sense. Let's see if we actually did sell everything now. Yeah, at some point I need to go back to Sanctuary. So we've got this quest that's called F censorship with the censor bot, so I imagine this is just going to be me running towards the censor bot and shooting him. And like, hopefully that is the attitude that Borderlands 3 is developed in. Otherwise it's gonna be kind of bad, kind of ironic, I guess. But as I've said before, even this game is self-censoring. It's not a adults-only title that it easily could have been. Even its artistic style is designed to be like a hardcore comic book artistic style that really is still only designed to appeal to teenagers more than like an adult or adult only type of material. It's designed to not look too hyper realistic or too bloody.
Help me cleanse Pandora. I am the censor bot. All immorality will be destroyed. Cursing is immoral. A bandit DJ is about to broadcast a stream of profanity from a nearby radio tower. Murder him violently.
Okay, so we're gonna go kill DJ Tanner, which I'm fairly certain DJ Tanner is the name of one of the characters in Family Ties. I believe is the name of that show. Am I going the right direction? I think I am. This quest is in the Magni's Lighthouse, so we should fast travel back to Magni's Lighthouse. Just to save ourselves some time. It would be quite frustrating actually to have to run through everything. Oh, and by the way, I guess Magni's Lighthouse only had one fast travel location, so even though there was an exit from the top of that, we still have to start all over again. Now on this map there is something that is slightly off, because there's a bit of the map over here that we didn't see, but I don't know if that might just be a straight up glitch. And yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm even gonna run into people.
How hilarious. You just set off my trap card. Your death approaches.
So I'm trying to use my rocket launcher just to think I have a few more quests to do. Now walking up here really won't do too much, but it will just kind of keep me out of areas Yeah. So there's a slight advantage there. Ever so slight. Theoretically, I guess I should be slashing all of these because there's a decent chance I'll get some iridium. We kind of just came from this area, so most of these bullet chests have not been reset or... See, the only thing I could really guess is that possibly there was a memory limit on playing Borderlands 2 on the PS4 and Xbox 360 when it first came out. And there almost certainly was a memory limit. And I bet even backward compatibility maintains that RAM limit. And now that I'm playing this on PC, apparently that RAM limit has been patched out. So you can basically use what is a considerable amount of RAM in my hardware. I have, I believe, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and in all honesty, if I was to build a new computer tomorrow, I would probably put 32 or 64 gigabytes of RAM in it. Although video memory is a little bit more important. Pick up some money. Still want to collect money. So, like, right here is this section. So why does this section not unlock on the map? Like, is there a way up this? Was this going to be a door you could walk in? There's kind of nothing here. Also, there's kind of nothing near here. So unless I was gonna try to jump down from there, which that wouldn't work because I've already fallen down from there and proven that that's impossible. And there's nothing lower. Unless there's just a ladder I don't see. Oh wait, there's something down this way. It leads down this way.
W-A-R-G. You're listening to DJ Tanner saying that you're all skag-licking, rack-sucking, ass-gobbling smug faces. And you can all suck my wing leg.
That language harms Pandora's children. Murder the DJ at once.
Yeah, I just don't get it. There's nothing down here either. Interesting. But I imagine Censorbot's not going to give us another quest. So we're back to AMFM Mile. This is DJ Tanner. He's dead. There's Mr. Bubbles. And here's a little sister. So I got another Mr. Bubbles. Let's see. So apparently there's something up there I need to blow up. See, there definitely is something slightly odd here because the game is asking you to do things that you probably, like most people that play this game, I think would have a slight problem in doing. And really has never been that case before. Like, I think most people that play Borderlands 2, and I'm generalizing quite a lot here, would be in the anti-censorship perspective. They wouldn't want to do these things. It would be the equivalent of if they had us do a mission for Handsome Jack that involved like murdering babies and things. And in the main game, there was like a mission where you did a mission for Handsome Jack to save his grandmother, and then it turned out Handsome Jack had already murdered his grandmother, and that worked, I think, pretty well as an idea. This feels dirty in a way. All right, smash the panel.
The world is now a better place. Return to me for your reward.
I'm a little surprised I ran into another Mr. Bubbles, but I guess that's a nice Bioshock reference. Second time. As for this building, that just flew right around the building. The only thing I can think is that this game must just be glitched. Or, I mean, there's really no reason why the map shouldn't be exposed right now. It gives the indication that there is something more here when there really doesn't seem like there is. Let's see, if I was to try and jump, let's see, where could I reach? There's this crane. Could I get on top of the crane? That might lead to something. So let's see. I get up high. Up here. Is that gonna let me find a spot to get up here? Can I get up higher up here? Can I get on this door frame? No. So let's say we get up here. Can we get it up here from over here? That doesn't seem likely. We do have this, which I suspect this is supposed to swing. I'm kind of thinking that they're all supposed to swing, and that might be what I'm missing here, is a interconnecting puzzle. Like, if this swung, this probably would lower that boat down, but not really do anything for that one, and that one, if it swung, doesn't seem like it would really do anything. You can pretty easily get to this point. There's no ladder to get from that point, though. And I'm over here. It doesn't seem like there's a button. Like, if there was a switch, it should be somewhere around here. And I don't think I'd get up there and jump on the top and then run from that point to make a jump maybe to this point. I mean, I can see there's a door open. That's actually quite interesting. How can I get up here? Let's run around a little bit and see. I don't know how far I am really towards the elevator. Because yeah, I kind of feel like this leads just to the elevator over here. Getting up there doesn't seem likely. I can swing that one. See, just down here we have this swing, which swings that turret. And then you just have a dead turret that I guess maybe the idea was to come in and sit on the turret. Doesn't seem like we're doing anything. There's kind of nobody here. Yeah, unless there was something here and I could move with the left stick. Like, no. There doesn't seem like there's anything there that does anything with that turret other than that idea. If I was to use this, that's not going to move the turret. And if I use this elevator to get up here, that takes me too high. We're out of ammo. So we got some people to spawn at least while this is loading. Apparently you really can't shoot those grenades or mines that they throw. Now in Borderlands 1 there was a DLC where there were giant mines. I think that they thought this well pretty better to have small mines thrown by enemies instead. That's more useful and reasonable. Right. So what? If I was to jump here and jump on top of that, I probably wouldn't help me in any ways. The good news is there's a fast travel section up here, so we can just exit this and go back and turn in the mission when I'm done what is basically goofing off. Now this area is reset. So apparently that's what nearly 16 gigabytes of RAM will get you in Borderlands 2 is you can fast travel out of an area and then run around a whole different area and then run around, fast travel back to this area and run around some more. Okay. In every other instance, jumping down would have killed me. I still feel like in this instance jumping down will kill me. Like I can't even see what we're going for. See, I think that is the AMF a mile, not what we're shooting for. What I think we're looking for is yeah, this is the AMF a mile, so theoretically this right here is where I should jump. That's where it is, and I'm just gonna lose money. See, yeah, I was right on the ball and it just killed you. There must be some kind of glitch. That's what it must just boil down to. Is this must just, I don't know why that went that way. All the textures are taking their sweet time to load in. Boy, this would be an ugly game to play if you had to look at it this way. Texture pop-in. Unless there was something along the lines of jumping up via an angle. Maybe you could jump on top of another player if you were playing multiplayer. But that height is just too high. Wait a minute. Can I get here? Ooh, yes I can. Alright. Step 1 done. Next part of this would be, I guess, we've got to get the highest point of this to get it here. Wow.
Excellent.
Maroon's secret stash. How much money was that? $53? Now remember, I probably lost $50,000 for dying. So whatever gets handed to me is probably not worth it, although there is kind of no comparison for iridium. So even getting 1 iridium makes it worth it. Here's a gun I have no interest in. Okay. So we have a secret stash and some money. Probably not worth the time or the effort. The question now would be, is it easier to just run this direction to this fast travel location, or is it easier to take the elevator and ride the elevator up? And I'm assuming there's nothing more here to do. That did get a challenge done. I suppose that is something. Definitely frustrating too. Although, you know, I can't really have it both ways in my criticism. If my complaint has been that Borderlands 2 at this point has gotten a little boring and repetitive, that content is not boring and not repetitive. It was an actual challenge, something that even being super overpowered, I was not able to just shoot my way through. It was a different gameplay mechanic and a different idea. Did all the textures load in? I'm not sure that they have completely loaded in. Yeah, it still looks a little rough. Let's come over here. There we go. For Borderlands 3, they're gonna have to look at textures and redo practically everything at this point. It's so old. Like, you're gonna have to get some sweet 4K versions of these re-rendered, because nobody's gonna want to be able to zoom in and see the little pixels.
High quality, low price.
And maybe it'd be okay to see pixels on this holographic screen on the top, but you kind of don't want to see pixels on the lines.
If he ain't dead, I'll keep you that way.
Let's see.
You're an organ donor, right?
Little pixely shadows being rendered. Like, everything is going to have to work its way up. So back to the refinery we go. And it's already taken us 30 minutes just to do this quest, running back and forward. It would be even longer if we weren't fast traveling and looking for other things. I guess in a similar way, there's a point in this map that's all hidden. So there's probably something I missed over here too. But I'm not interested in really doing it, because it eventually, finding every little hidden spot just means you're trying to do every single challenge, which means you're trying to play 100%, a 100% game on a game that really isn't designed to be 100%ed. This is so much content. It's more than collecting like 300 feathers in Assassin's Creed 2.
That DJ was a real asshole.
So he cuts us too. Here we go. So we've got a big change here. 3 shots.
Stop undressing me with your eyes.
And it's worth a lot of money.
Move on. Nothing to see here.
And that was the end of that quest. So Censorbot had us kill somebody for pornography, for piracy, and for cursing. And that's probably the end of that. No big reveal or twist or anything like that. Like, just, that's the end of the mission. You've done something you probably don't agree with if you're playing this game. See, that's still not really worth it. Take that skin. We'll take these and sell them while we're here too. And it's time to move on to the next location. We'll just fast travel to warm water, which should take us in the middle of Captain Scarlet's ship, where she'll be trying to kill me.
I meant everything I said to you. You're an awesome warrior, a real stand-up individual. But my men and I just reached the spot pointed out by the lighthouse, so this is where I say.
Alright, so we've got no textures loading in. The game is giving us trouble. So this would be, I suppose, a fine time to save and quit. And we'll just load back in. The Leviathan is deciding to attack and protect the treasure. If I was writing the game, I would still say that the Leviathan might just be protecting its own. So I'm looking at the textures of our character, and by now it should have refreshed. So what can we do here? I think what I'll do is we'll just have to pause the video and exit out and reload. We'll be right. Okay, we're back. So while I was out here, I decided to also put in a new shift code that was on Twitter, so I have 5 more golden keys. You can see things are nice and sharp, so we can run back into the game. I also turned off a fan that I left on, so the audio should be better.
Consolation, I meant everything I said to you. You're an awesome warrior, a real stand-up individual. But my men and I just reached the spot pointed out by the lighthouse, so this is where I say.
So yeah, we get the textures now. That's what we wanted. Switch over to this gun. This ship is empty, but if we needed to turn in any... You wouldn't be able to turn in any story quests because they would have all been done by this point. But if you need to turn in any bounty board quests, you can do that. If you want to come over here and see if there might be something worth your interest.
You're my millionth customer. Don't let it go to your head. Farewell.
There we go.
Get your health and shields right here.
So what we want to do is look and see where we're going. We're following the beacon. It's not too far from where we are. We could run out there, but there's really no reason. Let's go and take this. And I guess we might be following the Leviathan here and fighting it here. I thought maybe we would have ended up somewhere different. This is the beacon. Okay. We got eaten by the Leviathan, very Zelda Ocarina of Time. And so the stuff is in the Leviathan's lair, as in inside of his stomach. See, now clearly one assumes that there should have been, by the creative director, the project lead, money put here to animate Captain Scarlet getting eaten, but we didn't see that. We did not see that at all. Maybe it's because we fast traveled in? That might have been the case. But that kind of sucks. If there was a cutscene we missed. Particularly since it did show us a cutscene of us getting eaten. So it could have had us seen that same thing. In that same cutscene, they could have just made it longer. So this is like a direct ripoff of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time level. Not a terrible thought.
So the bad news is the Leviathan swallowed us. The good news is it's taking us to the treasure room. But the best news is, do you remember my pet Roscoe? I found him!
He's cute and cuddly, right? So, hey, we've got a rack hive. I was complaining about a rack hive attacking me. Apparently, also, you don't want to walk in this because this is some kind of toxic thing. See, how many shots is it gonna take for us to kill Roscoe, though? Not too many.
Killed Roscoe! What a shame. Oh well, discretion's the better part of running away. Till we meet again, Vault Hunter. Oh, damn, I dropped my pistol. Do me a favor and don't grab it, would you? Because that would be stealing, and stealing is wrong.
So it's tagged thief. Let's see. Compared to my gun, though, it's still not really great. It has a high fire rate, but that's kind of it. And I guess I'll just have to, throughout this mission, try not to stand in piles of goo. I guess we're going that way? Trying to see if there's anything to collect here besides just some bullets that would have been needed if I wasn't so incredibly overpowered. Really, it's just another example of how you can ruin the experience for you just because the game didn't balance itself or rebalance itself. And the game did not warn me adequately. I don't think it warned me at all to not travel to these areas until I was ready to do them. Like, honestly, it should strongly suggest, if not directly force people to play the main storyline before you do any of the DLC. But I could see why 2K and Borderlands and Gearbox wouldn't want to take such a strong stance, because then people who buy the DLC may feel cheated. But that's just another issue with DLC, certainly, that it's content that you're paying extra for in one way or another, and thus you feel extra entitled to play it as soon as you buy it. Particularly now that Steam has a 2-hour refund policy. That wasn't an issue when this game came out, but certainly you could see a 200-hour long game sell kind of a separate standalone DLC, and if you had to play 200 hours before you got to that point to play the DLC, you'd be pretty annoyed. Ooh. I thought the Leviathan was just a big sand worm. Okay. And so this is straight up like the fight at the end of Borderlands 1. I'm a danger to myself and others. Like, clearly though, he's so not even a concern that I can just run around and attack things and pick up bullets. Just totally not a concern. We'll just... I'm assuming what happens here is he has to open his mouth so I can hit him. Or I'm trying to hit these blue spots. Maybe I'm supposed to be hitting the blue spots. Yes. Hit the blue spots. So one eyeball is shot out. His heart is shot out. His other eyeball is shot out. We'll take some more shots. I'm just trying to gunsling so I'm actually shooting once and then reloading. That way I do damage with the gunslinging ability. So they threw some worms at me, and I can't take on the Leviathan until I take out the remaining worms. There's a sandworm queen, which I don't know what the level of the Leviathan is to the sandworms, if they have any real relation. See, there's this thing here.
Damn it! The lost treasure of the sands is yours, my friend. They were amazing, weren't they, Lionel?
Tay, corrupted.
I agree.
So, what now? I probably have like no bullets that I need that I can pick up, because I bet there's no rocket launcher bullets in any of these. And this area seems pretty well marked off. So this guy fell over here. My guessing is I'm jumping this way. Am I jumping back into his stomach? They made that pretty easy. Is he gonna eat me again, and is he not really dead? It seems pretty dead to me. Now, I guess the question will come down to Captain Scarlet. Also, just specific. Ooh, it's an alien.
So ends the story of how the Vault Hunters defeated the treacherous Captain Scarlet and slew the Leviathan. And as the sun set on Pandora, the Vault Hunters realized that while they'd found Captain Blade's lost armory, the true treasure of the sands had been inside them all along. The end. How was that?
That last part was really hokey.
Yeah, it felt kind of contrived, didn't it?
Extremely. But otherwise, you ended that story pretty well for a dirty little orphan.
So this is the idea.
Don't mention it. I gotta teach somebody to tell these stories when I'm gone. Might as well be you.
Yeah. I love you, Marcus.
That's weird.
So all of these stories theoretically might or might not be canonical, although some of them do seem like that. I'm very happy with this, and I'm not gonna sit here and watch the credits. Sorry, for Borderlands, it just doesn't really make sense, just for time management, because there's so many DLCs with their own little credits that have been sub-licensed and subcontracted. This DLC was probably not really made by Gearbox. It's pretty good though. It takes the general idea of Borderlands 1, puts a pirate theme on it, gives you some missions, gives you some areas. It felt a lot like Borderlands 1, particularly here at the ending. And if this hands me a ridiculous amount of iridium, that would be amazing. That would be freaking amazing. And see, there's no certainty whether these are actually statues or these are the ancient iridium aliens, which we really got no story on that in Borderlands 2. So there is a question: will they just be this forever unknowable idea or characters that might show up in Borderlands 3? I don't think really show up at all in Borderlands 2. Maybe there's one or two small sections. I doubt there's a Cult of the Vault section, and I also kind of doubt that I'm gonna be able to get back into this area after we do whatever we get, whatever treasure there is to get. Clearly the game wants me to just stupidly walk into the middle of the pyramid without scoping the place out. If these ancient aliens did build pyramids, they were destroyed very quickly. Yeah, it's all kinds of places here that could have bullets or guns or something. Gold. What would be a good amount of iridium to collect here? If they gave me 50 iridium, that would be a pretty large amount, but I kind of would like more. Be funny if this blows up and damages me. But I wouldn't also be surprised if it doesn't give us any iridium and it just gives us a bunch of these relics that are probably going to be too low level. I guess we're climbing to the top? I guess that's the idea? A little jumping. So Captain Scarlet didn't get murdered by us, so she could show up in the next game. That's fine. I don't think she really needs to be like the big boss bad guy, but I'm not sure that there really will be a big boss bad guy. Okay, so it's just on top of this, and we have some skulls. So let's start with this. And we have a pink level 30 and that. We'll just go around this outer section and grab as much as possible. Hopefully we won't run into scenarios where we get stuck on the ground or where we are handed significant amounts of kind of not that useful guns. This feels slightly small.
Not bad. Mine.
Like, if you were playing this for 4-player, it seems like you're not getting as much reward as like the Secret Armory or General Knox or the Hunter's Grotto area. And they do need to be careful to not have every single bit of DLC in this way. Because that would get slightly annoying, I would say. Alright, so we've got one for 1,000 and we've got one for 1,000. Let's look over here and see what we can do. Ooh, like we have this gun. That's actually not that good. And I think we really need to even consider blues otherwise. Right. Mostly I think what we're looking for is just inexpensive items to sell. Like grenade mods for 1,000 and that. Right. So this is about 1,000. We can drop that. We can drop that. We can drop that. And we can drop that. Just throw those off the side. They just fall. Okay. So, unless there's nothing special here, this feels like this might either open up a boss battle or be a gamble. Well, apparently it's nothing. It's just higher level guns. So how many more do we need to drop? Let's see. Let's drop another 6. I think we can do that pretty easily. Let's see. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Just looking at the prices of these guns and trying to consider them from that perspective. Drop that, and that, and that, and that. That may have been a little too many, but whatever.
Well.
This might turn into a scenario where we actually get quite a bit of money when we sell all of this.
Impressive.
Alright, so we need at least 3 more spaces. And then we can go back to Sanctuary and we're gonna need to upgrade something and maybe even consider gambling. Alright. Nope. And nope to that. I'm still holding on to these 2 iridium items. Let's see. 1,800, 2,200. Let's go ahead and assume all the greens can be sold. 2,000. I may just have to hold my standards higher, frankly. May just need to toss everything that's below 2,000. Yeah. See, this is kind of funny. I have this level 35 heal. Alright. So everything below 2,000, then either that or I toss this and this. Which I'm not ready to do that yet, so we'll drop that. And that. And that. And we'll hope that that's enough. depends pretty much what's in here. So I needed one more. Alright. That's not too much work. Just drop that. Okay. I've cleaned out this area, and now I need to turn in this quest back at the ship. So we'll run down here. We're at level 40. I didn't think we'd make it to level 41. I seriously doubt there's anything else here. I'm a little surprised I didn't get any iridium. It would have been nice. But not 100% sure why the Leviathan was protecting this layer. Probably for the iridium pyramid more than the guns on top of it. Like, unless I just missed something there, and you can like smack the iridium blocks and get iridium out of them and mine them, which would have been a cool idea, certainly. There could have been several places in which that might have been the case. Let's see. Is Captain Scarlet gonna show up and attack me? Doesn't seem like it. You can see a little gap there. Interesting.
High quality, low prices, and no questions asked.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like this is where we started. Maybe that was where we started? And I just missed it? Honestly, if it really did come back to fighting the Leviathan a second time, it's probably not worth it. You're getting decent guns and all, but you're spending a decent amount of effort too. Yeah, this is where I feel like we started, just down there. So perhaps these are designed to be spots in case you died during the fight, which, okay, that's reasonable. You die during the fight, you see these sections, you run towards them. I've got a decent amount of work that needs to be done in Sanctuary, just looking at guns and selling guns. Apparently the only way you can get out is through here to Oasis. Which, alright. This is the Leviathan's lair that leads to this area. Oh, I thought we were gonna actually get on top of this boat. And no, we're not. It's a little bit of a disappointment. Did I get them all? Nope, still missing one. Typical. So there's just another small area here with not a lot to show or talk about. Will Oasis now be full of water? Probably not. I think there might be another quest, so we may not actually be done. either. So next recording might still be doing this DLC with a lot of selling of weapons. Shade did not play as big of a role as I thought he would. Or, yeah, Shade, I think is his name. Let's turn in this quest. We get ahead.
That task? Wonderful!
The Seraphs are waiting.
Are we doing a staring contest? I will win. I am super good at staring. I have pressing news. A Hyperion engineer has gone mad with power out in the desert. Perhaps the alien thingies of this planet have perverted his mind or something. I don't know. I have a plan. You will shoot him many times with bullets and he will die. Be careful though. He is very powerful. You may need to bring some friends as backup.
So the good news is I think I could probably take on Hyperius. And we have another quest called The Lost Treasure is Yours Again. Interesting. And see, this quest here would have us go to warm water, so we can kind of fast travel back. So what I'm gonna do is just look here, look at all the guns off screen, decide if any of these guns are particularly great. It's not even that many to really look at. And then we're just going to continue from this point. We still have DLC after doing the main story, and unlike this Vivacious the Invincible, it seems like I could do this one. It says trivial here. It says this would be trivial too. We may find out Vivacious the Hyperius the Invincible is actually very difficult even at level 30. So I am collecting a collection here of quests I either don't want to do or I don't think I could actually accomplish by myself. But it's not terrible. Certainly we've got quite a lot longer of a list of things I have been able to accomplish. That's going on, would go on pretty much for days. See, I just need to, if I'm gonna do that, bring out the mouse wheel and scroll down. Meanwhile, I still don't feel like we're gonna level up, so one more skill point so I can restore my health. And we have a token here, so let's see, critical hit damage, that's what we want increased, yes. And I don't want to really look too much at these quests, but it kind of seems like we either did everything or it's just resetted. Like Pirate's Booty here, like we'd have to destroy 9 more hovercrafts, open a considerably large amount of pirate chests, and then defeat this guy and potentially defeat this guy multiple times. I never found a master key, so maybe he is one of these Seraph characters. Introducing the idea of Seraph characters is interesting, certainly. Is that just now the name of high class boss characters? Purchase items with Seraph crystals, I want to know what that is. Collect Seraph crystals, interesting. The simple quests that have been done. And then we just have a generic list of other kinds of quests that apply to anything. After we are done with this DLC, we can then move into the next bit of DLC, which I don't believe, if I come back here and scroll back up, I don't believe I visited any of the other DLC sections, so they should be balanced to level 40. Like, I would be very upset if it turns out we started doing any of the other bits of DLC and they still were balanced at level 30. That would kind of suck. Anyways, we've gone long enough, over an hour. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist, or you can support me via Patreon. Thank you for watching.